don't forget to share your sound, volume, whatever.
I'm ahead of you. I'm gonna sign into the Twitch here.
There we go. Yeah, I'm
If I
still
go
trying
mute,
to
it's
eat.
because I went mute. No one got that
I'm
joke.
eating spaghetti, and my cat one of my cats loves spaghetti, and he keeps getting closer and closer and closer. Like I can't see him inching his way over here.
That's
Little
awesome.
turd.
There we go.
There we go. And let's turn the volume off.
I feel better on Glue on me.
Okay. There we go. We're going. Cool. Eventually, one of these days, I will be able to start a town hall without us trying to figure out Twitch and everything else. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and start off the August town hall for the clan. We're hanging out in the reef today because there's this awesome banner thing. It's awesome. And we get to mess with this poor lady person. I don't know. I guess she's the guard. I don't know. Anyway, so this month we're going to be mostly focusing on Rise of Iron and all of the awesome stuff that we have found out so far about it. Because the last few town hall meetings have mostly gone the way of, we think this is what's going to happen, but we're not sure if this is what's going to happen. The big thing, of course, is that the light level is going to go up. So, everybody's going to be... Oh, look, we have a random over here. That's great. So everybody's going to be focusing on getting their light level up the first 3 days before the raid drops. And the new raid looks awesome. It's going to be hopefully not as difficult as we thought it was going to be to figure out. But you know, we'll see. The theme that they said was going to be collision, and from all of the videos and interviews and all of that, it looks like a lot of running and some jumping, but a lot of running and shooting. So that should be a lot of fun. No, we do not have the first raid. And that is something that we are working on. And I think Magic's going to talk about that more later. Give me a second, guys. Hold on. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got a little bit on that one.
Visual confirmation on approach vector.
Quiet.
Sorry. I'm trying to fix my lagging issues. And by fix, I mean asking politely for people to get off Netflix. So yeah, we're working on getting all of the raid team selected and a plan of attack of how we're going to do it. I know the first team will be going through as soon as it drops, you know, probably like 10 a.m. Pacific, which will be around noon Central, on that Friday. So that team will go through it and start working their way through it for the hours of fun. We will be twitching it, so people who are sad and still at work will be able to watch it. And I'll also make sure to record it so that we can post it out on the site for anybody who misses out on it. But that way too, you guys can see it before you go in if you want, or if you just want to be like completely going in blind, that's cool too. After that, we have not fully decided when the next teams are going to run through. The idea is that the people in the first team will break out into, 6 different fire teams and bring people through and be like, okay, well, this is what doesn't work. Help us figure out what can work. And we'll be doing it all weekend for those of you who is at school or work or, wherever. But that's, a really big, exciting thing. The other huge, exciting thing that just got announced in the last stream is private matches and PvP. We already have a few ideas of what we want to do. And if you have any ideas, please let us know. But we're thinking, like tournament type deals. That's just within the clan. That will be the new clan PvP award. Private duels between members. That's going to be 1v1. And then also a lot of training. So, learning the maps. We're going to get new maps too. But just like learning all the ins and outs, the places to hide, the places where the crates are. Teaching people when I say, oh, there's a shock lock at B, even if we're not on control, where is B? Things like that. And then also teaching people PvP type skills, which we already kind of do now in the Classic Rumble, but this way we're not going to have to worry about the stupid randoms who, run up and shoot you all the time when you're in the middle of something. So, we will be doing stuff like that in the new private matches. And it's all different kinds of scenarios that you can come up with that we can do in the private matches. If you haven't watched any of the videos, there's, you can choose the type of match, how long it is, how many points. For the larger maps, even if you get sparrows, all sorts of things. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And what I'm really hoping is that for those of you who really love PvP, that you come and talk to me and we can get going on our ideas and everything prior to it dropping. So that way we can have a foundation and plan of attack. I know that, the first few days obviously is going to be focusing on getting our light level up. And then after that, it's going to be the raid. But PvP is also going to be, an important part of it. Now, for a lot of... I like how, nobody ever comes over here until the 4 of us are standing here, and now suddenly, it's everybody keeps coming over here. It's kind of funny, actually. I don't know. Anyway, sorry, I'm getting distracted. I know that there's also been a lot of questions of, what do I need to do to be prepared for Rise of Iron? Unlike the transition from year 1 to year 2, all of our gear will not be invalidated come September. So that means that we get to keep all the awesome guns that we know and love. But of course, we'll want to play with the new stuff too. Vault space, from everything I've heard, will not be increasing, which sucks. I think that's the growing complaint right now, is that everybody is out of vault space. What pretty much people have been doing is clearing out all the blues, clearing out all the exotics that you don't need, that are lower light level, to just store up all of the legendaries you can. Because when you break down the legendaries, they give you legendary marks, not to mention your armor parts or weapon parts and all that fun stuff. And then also hoarding all of your materials from planets. So that would be your your spin metal, your spirit bloom,
Spirit bloom,
relic iron,
relic
helium
iron.
filaments. That's the one that I was like missing out on. It's like, what is that one? So yeah, just hoarding all of those so then that way you can turn it in for faction, and getting all the weapon and armor parts, especially buying weapon parts from the gunsmith whenever you reach your 25,000 glimmer cap. And yes, Xbox, your Strange Coin farms. Basically, just try and hoard as much as you can possibly fit your into your vault. And I know that we're all running out of room, but try and do as much as possible, because that means that you'll be able to go up faster, you know. And it's just a little ways that we've discovered that you can get your light level up. Edging your faction beforehand, so getting them really close right before September 20th drops. Yes, thank you for reminding me. You need to get your motes of light and keep them hoarded away. Basically become a hoarder for the next month. That's what it comes down to. But I mean, just things like that is really going to help you with getting your light level up. There is a guide that's out there on the forums, on the clan portal, that kind of goes into depth on the idea of, you know, how to get your light level up, and that was written for the April update. Kind of the same idea will apply to the September update, without us really knowing a lot of the details, but this is kind of what we're thinking. Now, yes, 3 of coins too is good to have. What we will be doing on September 20th is just having generic events. Things like the Challenge of Elders and Nightfall and all that will kind of be put on hold until we figure out what we're going to do. The schedule will be changing at that point to reflect the new content. What the schedule will be, we don't know yet. The admins and I were actually just talking when we were dropping into the reef that we'll have to be paying attention that week to figure out what schedule is going to work best for people, which content people need to do. So just kind of keep that in mind, that we'll be having to be a little bit flexible the first week or so until we come up with a hard schedule and all of that fun stuff. I'm going to shoot it over to Magic now to talk about a more in-depth raid stuff. And
absolutely. Yeah. Cool. So, I'm absolutely excited about this new raid. I've been watching as much, of course, YouTube as I can. I've been reading up as much as I possibly can, listening to Deej and all of his great wisdom that he has out there. They're kind of counting on the fact that this raid is going to be less mechanics and more like a run and gun, more like, you know, just shoot them up. There's going to have mobs coming out of everywhere. You have to, you know, do a lot of mob control, and then of course solve a more simple puzzle than what we're used to in King's Fall. I like that fact, and that's actually going to be interesting. So it's going to feel a lot more like the Vault of Glass in that aspect. So I don't think that there's going to be much preparation other than learning how to shoot things that's going to be needed. So I do still want to run some tours. I still want to introduce some of us to some fun mechanics of, you know, the Vault of Glass and Crota's End and those raids. I think we're all pretty familiar with King's Fall at this point, that we don't really need to concentrate much on the mechanics of it. I mean, we can basically run through that within about an hour. But what I just wanted to touch a couple things on also what Ellie was talking about stocking up on items. Since it's going to be a light level requirement of, I believe they said like 360, 380, somewhere around there. That yeah, stocking up on things is good. It's great. Just make sure you stock up on the right things. And any bounty that gives you legendary marks, fill them up. Don't use them. Okay. Trials of Osiris. There's 2 bounties that gives you 25 legendary marks. Fill them up. Don't use them. Keep those back. Of course, purples. In any purple item, you don't have to upgrade them. Don't waste your motes of light. Just use the 3. Get the 3 legendary marks. That should be fine. For Glimmer, the best way I've been able to find to stockpile Glimmer without actually having Glimmer be a really good place to farm the 3 of coin. He still drops house banners, and he will still drop the other thing. I forgot what he else drops. Anyways, you traded into Varix for heavy ammo synth. Someone's gonna cut
Ether
me on
seeds.
that one. Ether seeds. Thank you, Ellie. But make sure the house banners, those sort of things that give you Glimmer, just throw them in your vault. Use them for that day if you actually do need to buy. Of course, we haven't got any insight into how much things are going to cost going forward. I expect a small change, not a huge change, but definitely a small change. When it comes to the vendors, when it comes to what type of materials give you what type of rep, and of course how your rep points are spent. There's also a couple of things out there that may suggest that when you do level up in your respected faction, that you may have a choice, whether it be a weapon, piece of armor, or a sparrow or ship or something like that. There's rumors going around. They're not solid, but that could be actually quite useful. But do it carefully, because you don't want to waste all your legendary marks there in the beginning in the first hour, and then kind of go out and find out that maybe I should have just held on to these things because I could have got better gear. It all depends on what light level those things drop at. If it is actually lucrative light level, where it is at about 350 or 360 for those items, then definitely buy them out before you do your very first quest. Because when you do go out on those quests, you will farm those items and you will get higher level items, because of course the light level drops on items are based on your current light level. So that's kind of a good thing. So definitely hold on to those items. But the raid, yeah, things I want to talk about that one. Definitely want to get the raid team together. Definitely want to get some new hopefuls as well. I don't know how many raid teams we're going to run. I think right now we should just focus on one master raid team. Get the best of the clan, and then get them through. Get them through that raid the first time. What I'd like to do is I'd like to have all 6 members capable of having a Twitch account, so we can broadcast and record all 6 different aspects of the raid. Pardon me, hold on. So if there is, say, a tricky part where someone does have to hold a relic or hold some item, we will have video footage of that, and we will be able to see what happens when that person holds that. I don't think it's going to take too long for us to complete that raid, so I'm expecting anywhere between maybe, 7 to 8 hours to complete it for the very first time, because we have no idea what we're going into. But we definitely need to pay attention to the very first missions that we travel through, because if the history of Bungie has anything to do with it, we are going to see some aspects of the raid before we even hop into it. So we need to pay attention, of course, how we kill these enemies, what happens when we kill them, what the elites are like, how to take those out, and such. Also, practice your jumping, because apparently this is going to be a pretty jumping hefty raid. There's going to be, I guess, more jumping puzzles in this raid than there has been in the past 3. So that's going to be fun for the jumpers out there. But I think other than that, I think we have pretty much everything covered. What I'd like to do is I'd like to start concentrating on some year 1 raids with raid team, and of course maybe eventually doing some tours. I know Cosmic's been crying about that, and I would love to love to absolutely get that done. Sorry, I shouldn't say crying. I should say asking for that one. But I'd love to introduce you to some tours to kind of get the time aspect down, because spending that much amount of time with the same six people is it's a lot harder than you think. And this is the only way that we're going to find out how cohesive this team is. If we have, you know, problem people, or we have, static between a couple of people, we'll need to nip that out before we even attempt to run this raid with those six people. So I think the tours are definitely coming up soon. I'm going to talk to Ellie about getting those on the schedule for the Kingslayers.
Efficiency review complete.
And that's pretty much all I have on that one. There's not much else to go by except for those weapons. I know that there's also been some talk about the Iron Galahorn, and actually, who did I hear that from? I heard that from Wench. Actually, Wench made me to start think about that weapon. We may actually not get that weapon on day one. It actually, the Iron Galahorn may be a trick in order to just give us a decoration, or I don't know what you're calling it,
Ornamentation.
but a decoration ornamentation for the original Galahorn. So there may be some stuff there. Also, don't disassemble any exotics just yet. We don't know what might happen with the exotics. You may be able to buy them. I know that happened in year 2 when the Switch happened. So if you are a lucky owner of the original year 1 Galahorn, raise your hand. Then you may actually be able to just vendor the item on day 1. That's what I'm hoping for, at least, but who knows. As for any pending quests finishing, easy quests that we can get completed, the first curse quest. If you started now on the first curse quest, you will not complete it by the time the Taken King comes out. There's just not that many arms days left. Things you can complete. Definitely Chaperone quest if anyone needs help with that. I'm people help me with it, so I'm willing to let my Katie go absolutely into the dirt. And if you're afraid of trials, get into it. Don't be afraid of it. Expect to die, but I believe that the Crucible is going to be the key in order to figuring out this next raid, because any guy with a controller can go shoot an NPC walking around, because they are dumb, they are stupid, and they're quite easy to kill. But if you really get your shots down, then the Crucible is definitely a place to train for this new raid. So you get your shots down the Crucible, you may be able to actually really wipe this out. People are everywhere. So that's pretty much all I have. I'm up for anything. So if anyone has any suggestions on what raids they want to do, or if actually, what I'll be doing is I know I ran. We ran tandem Protoss Fall last week. I think it was sometime last week, Saturday or something like that. I raced a team of 6 people by myself, and I don't know if I won, but I came really close to it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to record that and post that up for you guys, so you guys can see how to solo Crota's end, and then we'll start working on some other things. If anyone wants to get into the raids, now's the time. Contact any of the Vanguard, and we'd be happy to get you in there and run in the raid and give our suggestions to, see if you're definitely going to be in the first few teams that we're going to be running through. But I would suggest that instead of splitting the 6 people up, what we would do is definitely maybe do split 3 and then grab 3 new people, and then run 2 teams after that, and then split those out to 4 teams, and then those 4 teams into 8 teams. And then we can eventually get everyone through this weekend, or that weekend. But have fun with this new expansion. This is the last one for Destiny, of course, until we get Destiny 2. So hopefully a lot of the new content comes out that we've always wanted, and I'm really looking forward to that Crucible. The private matches, there's a lot of people that I would love to see how I stack up against. So.
Awesome.
But that's pretty much it.
So one thing that I want to point out, I am reading the actual Bungie site. It says for Legacy consoles, August 26th to August 30th is the final Trials of Osiris Crucible event. For PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, which is us, Trials of Osiris will be going on hiatus after the weekend of September 2nd, returning on September 30th. The way I read that, it means that next weekend is our last weekend of Trials.
Yes, and I have a sneaking suspicion of why they're doing that. Because they have done it with every single expansion so far, is that they've usually given us a week or maybe even 2 weeks in order to load the patch up on all the consoles, make sure that 14 gigabytes or whatever data is coming through, that everyone gets it loaded. But just like the rest of the expansions, there was a week before it came out, or 2 weeks before it came out, that people started to get a little bit of content from that expansion. With the House of Wolves, we saw the, what was it, those pirate ships that came out. Everyone remembers the treasure chest, running around grabbing those things. With the Taken King, I forgot what we're having the Taken King. But there may be some content released before it comes out that we might get, so stay tuned for that just in case it does happen.
Okay, cool. So I just wanted to clear that up because there's a lot of back and forth going on in the chat whether or not this was the last weekend for Trials. So the way I'm reading it is that we have one more weekend, which is this upcoming weekend, starting on Friday.
And
And then the other thing I want to point out is that if you are interested in being a part of Kingslayers, let us know. The tours that Magic was talking about is going to be what the Kingslayers are going to be doing. And also just making sure that like everybody's working well together, can lead fire teams, etc. and so forth. What we do ask is that everybody who has not already done so will go in and sign up for a normal raid for us. We do those on Thursday nights. Sometimes we even do them on Saturdays. So if you can't make it on a Thursday, let us know, and we can make it for that Saturday's event. Just so that we can get to know you, the way you play, and all of that stuff. Which kind of segues me into an update on the clan rules. So I'm going to take this away from all the really fun stuff for a moment. And go into some updates that happened. So if you go out to the clan portal on the left-hand side underneath where it tells you what time it is in Central Time Zone, there's some links there. One of them is clan rules, so you click on it, pulls up all the clan rules. The big thing that is, two big things changed. First of all, we're now asking for everybody to run through a normal raid with us before you sign up for a hard, just so that we can make sure that you're comfortable with the raid, that you work well together as a team, all of that stuff. It's a really big deal, especially for our new members. It's just so that we make sure that you don't have any questions or anything like that, right? A lot of people have already gone through King's Fall, so it's not as big of a deal. But this is going to be especially a big deal once the new raid drops, and, well, the new hard mode of the raid drops too. Just so then that way we make sure everybody's on the same page, and we're not having to worry about wiping and everybody dying because somebody doesn't understand a basic mechanic of the raid, right? So that's where we're going with that. And then the really not so fun part is I did add in a section about some things that will get you kicked out of the clan without being put on probation. It's important that we all are basically nice to each other, and that we're all here to have fun and we're all here to help each other. That's kind of what we do as laughers. So I want to make sure that we all have that environment and it's a safe environment. So with that in mind, it has been changed. So any type of verbal abuse, or whether on comms or on the forums or shoutbox or whatever, any type of derogatory language and any type of misogynistic comments will not be tolerated. So that's all I'll say on that.
I got something to add to that.
Yes, Magic.
Actually, also, and this just counts for the last people who've been there for like a month, who just joined us. I would say about a month and a half. It's wonderful that you're here. That's fantastic. Thank you for joining us. I mean, we're having a blast. But remember that there have been members here that have done the best that they possibly can to make this clan what it is today. And I've heard of many cases from many of the members of the clan that there are some of the new people that aren't really communicating well with, I wouldn't say like the senior level, but definitely the people with tenure in the clan. Maybe it's because you don't know them. Maybe it's because right or something like that. I don't know what it is, but try to treat everyone with the same respect as you would want to be treated. There's a lot of people out there that I play with regularly that have problems with some of the new members. So just, try to be cordial, try to talk to each other, and who knows, you may make a friend out of someone you never thought you'd make a friend out of. And, one day you may be like the best two players in the world. You may just, and end up being best friends on the Xbox. You never know what might happen. So, just that etiquette piece. Just make sure that when you do talk to other clan members, that you do realize that there have been clan members here that have been for quite a long time.
Yeah, and then also, I have an open door policy. So if you ever just want to talk to me about anything, you know where to find me. Send me a message either on Xbox or on the Shifter site. Come find me, whatever, on a party, and I always have time to listen, and I will definitely respond to anything that you bring up, so don't feel like nobody's listening to you, because my comeback to you is if I don't know what's going on, I can't do anything about it. So that's just, kind of what we're working on, is making sure that, we're all nice to each other and we all work well together, because this is a game and we're here to have fun, not to all be angsty and whatnot. And for those of you who are new, you probably don't realize, but I'm not big about the whole, drama llama thing. But the fact that I'm bringing this up in this meeting, it really does mean that we've had some problems. So I'm just wanting to address it, so then that way, we all know. So I'm gonna hit this over to Cosmic. Cosmic, do you have anything that you want to add about Rise of Iron or anything?
Well, Magic did mention that I have been wanting to run a lot of year one strikes because I am really familiar with King's Fall. I know a lot of us are very familiar with King's Fall, all the mechanics, how it works. We can run it in our sleep. But when it comes to like Crota or Vault of Glass, completely lost. And I may have run Vault of Glass maybe twice at this point. So if, it doesn't have to be on the schedule, because I know the one that we ran the other day wasn't even scheduled. It was just like a random, hey, there's 6 of us. Why don't we run Vault of Glass? So if you are interested in running Vault of Glass or Crota, if you just message me, let me know. I will jump in your fire team and I will run it with you. I want to run it as many times as possible.
Absolutely. Likewise on that one.
Mhm.
I'm
same
always
here.
down to raid. Doesn't matter what raid it is. I will always raid. I prefer raiding over anything
Yes.
in this game.
Rating that's what I want to do. So
Awesome.
yeah, that's pretty much all I have. Just I definitely wanted to make it known that I want to run year one raids, not just King's Fall. I want to run all of them. So
All the
I
raids.
will run year one raids with you, Cosmic. Because
And the
Crota
same
was
thing goes
so
for
fun.
me. I mean, I have a lot of fun, and it takes a lot of the pressure off too, right? Because it's like when you go back and you do Crota and things just kind of melt in front of you, and you're like, "Aw." But
and someday I will actually be able to hit Crota with that sword and escape before he kills me. Someday.
and it's
Heck
gonna
yeah,
be
break your hunter
awesome.
out.
Yeah, I would also like to point out that I am wearing a Vault of Glass cloak, so hey. It's the only
That's
time I
very
can wear
nice.
it because it drops my light level down to like 280 something. So I have to show it off, and it's fluttering
It's so
goodness.
I hope they bring it back to a maximum light level of what it's going to be because it's such a pretty cloak.
It is a pretty cloak.
They said they're bringing back a lot of stuff that you could actually upgrade a lot of year one, but they specifically stated that none of the raid gear would make it.
I know.
So there's a small
Lame.
chance,
Lame.
there's a small chance in my
Lame,
heart
lame.
that cloak will be on me at light 400 because that's my favorite cloak in the game. But, that's a wish. That's a wish.
Yes. You Jedi got anything to add?
Well, we've covered a lot of things already. I'm always down to play whatever. So if you guys see me on, just send me a message. I will jump in your fire team, and I don't care if it's raiding or strikes or crucible. I just like to play the game. And you guys are, I'm really happy to be a part of this clan. If I can get all lovey-dovey for a second and just say you guys are all awesome, and I enjoy playing with you. So
175.
I just want to have fun and play the game. So you see me on, just send me a message. And we'll have some fun.
Definitely.
Heck yeah.
So. Also, I know that in the weekly notes, if you are not reading the weekly notes, people, you need to read them because they're awesome. I send them out normally on Tuesday morning, sometimes Tuesday afternoon, depending on how busy I am at work. But it includes some things of what's coming up for the clan, what's coming up in the game, important dates, all that fun stuff. So like the reminder that the town hall meeting was today was in the weekly notes. There's also I've been doing reminders of who is in Court of Oryx that week. We're down to our last 3 weeks. So if you need your Golgi War Priest or Oryx checkpoints or your calcified fragments from your tier 3 Court of Oryx, you need to make sure you get them and when they come into rotation the next time because it will be your last chance for Moments of Triumph. If you want or if you need help with any of those, you let us know. We will help you. I know that on Saturday and Monday nights, we've been really focusing on trying to get people through their Moments of Triumph. And then Sunday night, too, for Mountaintop. And I have enough people now reminding me to save the damn checkpoints from the raids. So we will have checkpoints available to people because I have a mental block against it. I don't know. But anyway, if you need it, this is your last chance to do it. The other thing that is in the weekly notes is I always tell you who our new members were from the previous week, I guess. If you see those people online, feel free to go and bug them. Oh, Complete came and joined us. So that way, they feel welcome into the clan, so they know, who who else is in the clan, who's active, just whatever. We're trying to make sure that we, drum up participation and being inclusive and all of that fun, good stuff. The stuff that makes this clan awesome, right? And like Jedi said, to be lovey-dovey, you guys are awesome. So, let us know what it is that we can do to help you guys out. Because that's what we're here for. Alright, so I'm going to go... Oh, I totally forgot about hide and seek and town hall meeting. I'm sorry, guys. Aw. So remind me, and we will do that in the next town hall meeting. I'll make Jedi and Cosmic and Magic come find me because it'll be hilarious. And then I'll try and find them while talking at the same time because that's gonna go well. I already know it. And I'm opening this up for any more questions you guys have. So start typing away your questions. Oh, the other thing too, in the private matches, that means for all of those PvP maps, we have new places to play hide and seek. It's gonna be awesome. So
excited.
I know. So, I'm pretty sure at least once a month we're going to have a giant clan-wide hide and seek. We can get up to 12 people in there, and it's going to be awesome. And yeah. Year 2 engrams probably will not decrypt in the new stuff. And let's see what else. Minor league raid team be called Kinderslayers. That would be adorable. So yes. Also, we currently do not have anybody that is, a lower light level that's joining the clan. Everybody is pretty much at or around max light. But I figured that once Rise of Iron drops, there's going to be a whole bunch of new people that are either brand new to Destiny or coming back, and they've apparently have been living under a rock for a year or something, and so their light level is really low. The Kindergardians squad will come into activeness, will become active words. Jeez. So that way, we can help them out. These are going to be, like the our guardians who don't know where anything really is in Destiny, or they're still learning things, or, we try and help them out and teach them all the things that, we wish that we knew when we first started Destiny. And then also to make sure that they have a nice, safe place instead of going to LFG, because people on LFG is mean.
Yeah, they are.
Icky.
So I keep seeing Vi's asking about Kingslayers. Magic and I promise you guys, Magic and I will get together this week and we will come up with a scheduled plan of what we are doing. It has been crazy for the both of us, so we just haven't had a chance to do it yet. But we have not forgotten about it, and so that's why I said if you want in, you need to let us know, and we can go from there. And yeah, I looked into the Kick Chat headshot. That might be something that we look into for when Rise of Iron drops. But for now, since we're kind of actually in a lull, you guys have been awesome. But
It's calm before the storm.
yeah, exactly. It's a calm before the storm. So we'll see how communication goes and everything once Rise of Iron comes out. For those of you who just came in, like poor Kizo, who's probably still recovering from going to Destiny Community Con. So jealous. This will be posted out on the site, so that way you guys can watch it in its entirety of all of the random people that comes running in and my cloak fluttering and all that fun stuff. Yes, Soul LFG is abusive. We don't like them. I'm scrolling. Alright, any other questions you guys have? And if you're too embarrassed to ask your question here or something, then I don't know why you would be, but just in case you are, you can always message me and go from there. For those of you also who don't know, when I keep saying things about sending messages on the clan portal or the Shifter site, I mean, if you go to laughingatdestiny.shifter.com, there is a messages. If you are on the mobile, it's like a little envelope thing. Yes, Xbox, you can ask something. There's a little envelope you can click on. If you're on the desktop, it is on the upper right-hand corner. And you should at least have messages from me, because I send out weekly messages to all of you guys. So, I'm waiting for Xbox to ask his question. Twitch lag. I agree. I agree with everyone. Xbox forgot his question. Does anybody else have any other questions?
Oh boy.
Oh, wench. I think we should just be thankful that Xbox has not managed to injure himself that we know of yet. Considering the fact that the other night he managed to, like, almost break his nose, so...
He's the only guy that I've ever had to stop running a raid so he can go steal a piece of cake.
Xbox is the only
remember
person
that
I
night.
know who I have actually paused a raid before so that he could go and run to go get donuts.
Yeah.
I'm with Xbox, man. That's donuts and cake. Jeez.
I remember that cake night. That was hysterical.
He stole a piece of cake and he's like, we're at Totems and he's eating this cake and he's like, okay, and
Xbox is getting embarrassed. I think we'll stop talking about him.
Oh, that's
So what about the G-Wing? What do you need to know? If you pre-order Rise of Iron, you get a G-Wing, and it is going to be awesome.
pre-ordered on the Xbone. Best way to do it so far, unless you want a free poster. But yeah.
The poster is pretty
They're
cool.
all out of posters.
We're not saying
Oh,
you're
bummer.
fat, Xbox.
No. No.
Oh my
Believe
god.
me, you
Awesome.
run around enough. Why did they kill who, Soul? I don't know who they killed. Who did they kill? I'm so confused.
The
Oh, yeah.
Capri
Harambe?
Sun straw.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Yeah, Xbox managed to stab himself with a Capri Sun straw.
Oh man.
On approach vector.
Oh, good.
Yay for pre-ordering. Yay. So I have
That's
no idea who you're
fantastic.
talking about. I'm going to Google it.
And for I saw a couple of questions of people wanting to join the Kingslayers. Just get with me. Just whatever. Just
Oh.
join me on chat, ask about it, and then I'll kind of tell you what it's all about. And it's pretty simple, but I don't want to have to hash it back out here again. Yeah, just hop into a party chat with me or something like that, and I'll tell you all about it.
Yes. And I finally got it now, so sorry. I got confused. Thought we were talking about something Destiny related, and I was like, what? Make the clan a social media account. Okay, so I did have a Facebook page, but I found myself constantly just copying and pasting what I put on the clan portal to the Facebook page, and it was getting annoying, so I got rid of the Facebook page. Sorry, guys. I do have a Twitter account, which is on the clan portal, and it's from my hunter's point of view, so that's why she'll say weird things like Shax told her things. And then I will get better about this whole Twitter thing, and so I'll update it more often. Yeah, it makes me sound really old when I say it like that. I don't know what you guys want me to put on Instagram. I will go and learn the whole Instagram thing. My wife has an Instagram account. I'll ask her. But anyway, if you tell me what you want me to put on it, I can. I have no idea what you want me to put on it. So
You just don't want to have any free time at all, do you, Goddess?
I know, right? I don't know.
Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
That's why I got rid of the Facebook, man. I was like, man, this is ridiculous. I'm just copying and pasting over. I don't know. So I got rid of the Facebook account. But
Well, if you guys like social networking, I have an idea.
What is that?
Possibility of running something kind of fun. We all watch YouTube. We all watch the people on YouTube. What if we started our own and we posted videos of the best plays every week? Everyone submits a recording from their Xbox or something like that. We throw it into a big pile and just say, best plays for this week for the laughers or something.
I like
Interesting
that
idea.
idea. That would be fun. I could do that.
Yeah. 1v1 me, bro. I got you.
The account that I post all of the Twitch stuff on is not my personal account. That's just a clan account that I created. So I can stick all sorts of YouTube stuff out there. So just let me know. Anything else from you guys? Start wrapping this up. Also, in case you didn't see my comment go by, make sure that you include on there what your gamer tag is in the Twitch chat. Some of these I actually know, obviously, but some of them I don't recognize the Twitch names on. So I like to know who you people are so I can stalk you and all that fun stuff. Because you guys stalk me constantly, I might as well stalk you.
Mine's a bit confusing, but
Mine's really confusing because I have a space in my Xbox name, but not on my Twitch name. They don't let you put in spaces on Twitch because it's, I don't know.
it's just not cool enough. You can throw an underscore under there if you wanted to.
Yeah, I didn't take it. I tried. And in my Twitter account, I had to change the O to a 0. Somebody had my name already. I was really mad. I want to find this person and be like, give me back my name. Yeah.
Wonderful.
I'm lagging again. That's great.
You guys going for first rate completion? We're gonna try, Winch. There's a lot of clients out there that, I mean, they live and breathe rating. You know, I have high hopes. I mean, with the talent that we have in this clan, we're definitely a contender. If we break down that cohesiveness and we really get good with each other, then it might be a possibility. If we make top 100, I'm going to be absolutely ecstatic. So, but it's going to be a fun rush to get through a winch. But it is our goal to get first.
And that's the thing too. Whoever that first rating team is, you'll have to have your light level up before Friday. So make sure that, you know, if you want to be on that team, if you're going to be, some of us already have the day off, or if you're going to be sick or something. Those of you who are still in school should be in school. That's going to be the mom comment for the evening. But you know, just keep that in mind, so that way you know to push to get up there. For those of you who don't want to push, you just want to enjoy your new content and everything, we will pick you up in the next week or so for getting through the raid. So.
Absolutely. And we'll always be there for afterwards anyway, so wait for the weekend, wait for that day. Trust me, if you don't get first, it's fine. If you get second, fifth, 12th, whatever, you will be run through Wrath of the Machine. We will run you through it.
Oh yeah, well
and then,
that's
of course,
going to be our new
you can train other
fall.
people.
So we will be doing it weekly.
Absolutely. I'm sure we'll be doing it maybe a little bit more close to it. We'll have to look at the schedule, but definitely at least once a week.
Oh yeah, we may be
Maybe
doing
two
it
or
2 or 3
3
times a week. It kind of depends on, you know, like I said at the beginning of this broadcast, it depends on what we think is good to be on the schedule. If it ends up that we need to have other things on the schedule, in addition to the raid, we're going to work it in, but we definitely will be having the raid on there at least twice a week for the first few weeks, and then we'll go from there. And you don't think you can get all the artifacts the first day because whatever her name is, who's going to be selling all the artifacts, she's only going to have like 3, I think you can pick from.
3 at a time.
3 at a time, so you're going to have to wait several weeks before you can get all of them. Yes, Archon Forge will be something that we do. Whether or not it's going to be something that is going to go the actual schedule depends on what we get from it. It might be like COE, where you actually got some pretty good from it. It may just be something cool to do, like Court of Oryx. We'll see what actually becomes of it. It might be one of those that we put Archon Forge on the schedule for the first couple months, and then once everybody's gotten through it, we take it off the schedule. You know, I don't really know what to tell you guys yet until we get there. At this time, it is all conjecture. So
yeah, when we know more about it, I'm sure we'll make a plan for it.
Definitely. All right, guys, this is your last call for questions, and then I'm gonna be shutting this down. And or comments or concerns or random stuff. You guys are always random, so, you know, it's all good.
Oh, I will be making it a point to save checkpoints on my alt characters for the tomb ships and the piston puzzle. Had to remember the nice name for it. Because if you're anything like me, parkour is still something of an Achilles heel. I can do the tomb ships, I can do the piston puzzle mostly, but there are some parkour that I just really still struggle with. So I'll be saving, for those of you that are like me that still struggle with a little bit with parkour, I'll be saving those checkpoints, plus finding other places that are really good to practice parkour. I also want suggestions on places that you know are good for parkour practice, because since this raid is going to be more parkour than what we've seen in the past, those of us that struggle with it definitely need the practice. So if you want to practice parkour, hit me up, because I definitely need the practice.
Me too.
Heck yeah.
And yeah. There will probably be lots of like frustration in that, but you know, we shall see. What was your question, Xbox? On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do all of you guys like parkour? Oh,
-3.
Nine?
-3?
3,000.
Oh, 3,000. Dang.
I love finding new places. I love jumping into places where I'm not supposed to be. So it's a fun thing for me.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna say like a 7. Once I get it figured out, I don't really mind it that much, but when I'm and this is on my Hunter. If we're talking on my Titan, completely different story, because me and my Titan haven't quite figured out how to jump yet. Let's see. What else went by real quick?
Bolt of glitter.
Yeah, we are going to do as much as we can in those 3 days, Kizo. It's push, but we'll do what we can.
We don't know yet. I mean, it could be an easy push. It could be a hard push. But
True.
we won't know until we have any more information on what the vendors are doing and that sort of thing. So.
Yeah. Alrighty then. You guys know where to find us. So,
Transmit complete.
if there is anything that you need, I'm sorry, I'm laughing at the Donate to Xbox Injury Foundation. If there's anything you need, as always, come find us. We may be doing another meeting prior to the Rise of Iron drop. It depends on what other information we get. So I will include that on the weekly notes. You'll probably also see it in the shout box and on the calendar if we decide to do it beforehand. Otherwise, the next town hall meeting should be the Monday after Rise of Iron drops, which is perfect timing, because then that way we'll actually be able to talk about what is going on in Rise of Iron and, you know, oh my gosh. So that meeting will definitely be staying there. And for now, we're staying on Mondays. If it changes to another day, we will let you know. Schedule fun stuff.
Absolutely.
All right. Do the three of you have anything else to add?
Yeah,
Nope,
just
I don't think so.
No,
I'll
nothing.
see you guys out there, and remember to hit us up, man. We're full of information, and we want to raid. We want to get this done. We want to have fun. We want your shirts. We want your moments of triumph completed. So, yes, ask,
Yes.
and let's
It's
get
gonna
it
be
done.
awesome. All right. Thank you, guys. Latest.